Hi, everyone. This is Mistress of Manifestations, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Cheers. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aries. Now, this is a general reading, so not all the messages are going to make sense to you, but if it does, claim it. If you feel that this reading confuses you, then please go and check your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your North Node. If you do not know where these placements are, go to Google, free birth chart calculator, put in your details, allow Google to calculate all these placements for you for free. Make notes where these placements are and go and check all those readings. And I guarantee you there will be a message there for you in all those particular signs, all right? So for example, if your moon is in Pisces, go and check the Pisces reading. If your Venus is in Libra, go and check that because it is about love. Okay. Now, go to my channel, go and take a look at all those readings, please. And I'm sure you'll get additional messages. I'm just going to start by taking a few oracle cards. I'm going to keep them aside and we're going to open those cards at the end of the reading. So like I was saying, if these messages resonate with you, Aries, claim it, claim it, claim it, claim it. Now, feel free. The whole deck was going to fall. To reverse the roles, you can apply this reading to you or to the person or the situation that you're asking about. Okay, it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, today I'm going to go ahead and take my Gilded Tarot, Gilded Reverie, which is by Ciro Marchetti. That's the deck. So Aries, how's everyone doing? How's your health? I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure everybody's keeping healthy, safe, happy. Everybody's feeling loved, well taken care of. I put out a lot of messages sometime in 1 or 2 weeks for everyone to listen to. These are just positive affirmation messages. These are just messages with a few cards where I keep reiterating good things that are coming for all of us, and take a listen to them sometimes. It'll make you feel, it'll add, it'll increase your vibration, make you vibrate higher so that you can attract wonderful blessings into your life, because the universe is abundance. Whatever you want, whatever, and how many ever times you want it, she will never tell you no. Okay. Let's see what's at the top of the deck. Aries. 8 of Wands. Quick messages, passionate, albeit. Bottom. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Quick messages from somebody who is also a very quick energy. Who are you dealing with? When I think of a very, very quick energy, I don't know if you know about the Road Runner. You know that cartoon that goes, the night of so somebody who comes in with quick communication, and I think it's going to be very, very passionate communication. Very, very passionate communication. Okay. So this is what this reading could be about. Let's see. I'm going to keep these 2 cards here. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. I have shuffled the cards, reshuffling them. I'm going to use this deck first, and then I'll see if I need any more decks to clarify. Okay, here we go. Aries. Aries, Aries. Emperors. Daring fools. Aries. Okay. Aries. Whoa. Aries. Okay, your cards are just one. Okay. Hold on. We first put the cards that oh, wow. You have 2 major arcanas already. I'm sure there'll be more. My goodness, you have a lot of sword cards. 3 major arcanas already, guys. 4. Wow. Hold on. Let me start with these 2 cards. You have a lot of sword cards, okay? So Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Now, this card, okay, swords are what you speak. These are words spoken, usually in anger. One moment, please. Words spoken in anger, when you want to hurt somebody, that's when you put that sword where it hurts them. The Five of Swords is an energy. Somebody who just loves to fight, who loves to battle. There are many people around us like this who uh, they don't want to listen to you. They want to listen to you to talk back, and that to at you, not to you. Okay. Nothing you tell them is what they take peacefully. They want to come back with their comeback. And this is somebody, as you can see, if this is you in the background, Aries, where you are bowing down and saying, look, I do not want to fight. Yay, I defeated you. This energy is not competitive in a good way. It's somebody who wants to come at you with their words, who wants to hurt you with their words. And sometimes I look at this card as somebody who hits you below the belt with sharp, cutting words. I don't know if you've told this person the things that hurt you, and they just love to use that in an argument. This is conflict. Argumentative individual, fighting over opinions. I feel this is right, you are wrong. Somebody who likes to play games with you. See, for this individual, love is a battlefield. As you can see, this is a battlefield. And you two are sparring partners. It'd be fun if this energy is in bed, right? If you had your sparring partner in bed to have fun. I'm just kidding. But what I mean is it's a little fun to have this kind of, a little bit of a, well, whatever, sparring, and it spices up your sex life. This individual considers love to be a battlefield. You want to fight, and this is a fight to the end. There are only winners and losers, nothing else. Somebody who loves to confront, who loves to outsmart you, who constantly waits to put you down. Like, as you can see, the minute you're down and out, they go, yay, I beat you again. That's not love. They should go and join, I don't know, a debating team, or if they have good energy for that. Honestly, they can go and debate and become the world champion, I'm sure. Now, this card, it doesn't matter where it shows up, whether it's for love, whether it's for work, whether it's for friendship. Sneak. It's a sneak fest. Somebody who is so smart, okay? So freaking smart. They know what they're doing is wrong. And I feel that they've been sabotaging you or your relationship on purpose. Like I said, this person, words are their weapons, and they know what they're doing. Okay. They seem to be pushing your boundaries a little more. Maybe I'll say this to and they'll take it. She took it. Great. Now I'll say something else, make it worse. Let me be more rude. It's very weird energy. And this is a total time waster, stealth, deception, cheater, underhand behavior, subterfuge, sneaky, AF. Is this somebody you're dealing with in a love situation? There was a tremendous spark between the two of you before. Tremendous spark. These are cups. And as you can see, I always believe when I look at this card, the first message I get is that these two people were on the same page at one point. Maybe in the beginning, when it was just the honeymoon phase of your relationship. You were on the same page with this person. You were looking eye to eye and agreeing on a lot of things. What happened that it became a battlefield? What happened? Okay, that it became this. You started to look at each other as equals. Why did you start to look at each other as rivals? Wow, getting a very, very strong message here. That you started off as looking at each other as two equals. Okay, we're in this together. Look at these two people. There's making eye contact. There's no cheating. Nobody's pulling their face away and hiding their eyes. They're willing to look at each other, and they're willing to commit. There's a willingness here to go forward in peace. Why did you two start to become rivals? Something happened here. Was it about some trickery and fuckery? Now, I'll tell you the energy you're showing up as, and it's beautiful. Showing up as the Empress. So you could be a mom, Aries. Are you a single mom? Are you a single mom? Now, the Empress is, of course, and for me, it's always an older woman, somebody who is, a mom who, what can I say, who's seen life, who's gone through life, many changes that a woman goes through. And she's owned her femininity. This is Venus in Taurus, somebody who's patient, motherly. Okay, this is a very, very maternal energy. The Empress, they say, is pregnant. So you could be pregnant right now. And when this card shows up for me, it is like she's 3 months pregnant. And in the next 6 months, she's going to give birth to a new live person who's going to enter this dimension. That's her power. It's like she takes that seed and she creates life. She loves expansion. She's about growth. She's about abundance. Like I started by telling you about abundance. The Empress is the epitome of abundance, creativity, creation, manifestation, harvesting the things that you worked hard for. This is also sensuality, love, sexuality, luxury. It's Venus in Taurus. It's about the things we love. Taurus is the second house. Second house deals with the things we eat or the things we consume. So she's somebody who loves luxury. So are you showing up as this? Okay, are you older? Am I talking to a divine feminine who's married to a younger person? And I think it's a fire sign too. Okay. And you've been very, very patient. It started off as this, where both of you were on the same page, the same page. Okay. The same page. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Okay. Because this is Venus and Taurus. Started off like this. Okay. And you really mothered them. You were nurturing. One of you has a child. For me, the Empress is either you are pregnant now or you already have a little baby in your vibration. One of your children from your soul family has already arrived on this dimension. Okay. Now, you got tired of this. This person knew that you are more mature than them. And I feel this person is very childish because you were showing up as an Empress. I'm going to take some more cards to see what they show up as. You're showing up as an Empress. I feel this person was very, very childish. Very, very childish. Very childish. I mean, there's somebody who just loves to fight, and they knew somewhere in the back of their minds that you would take care of it because you were more mature and more understanding. They were childish, kiddish, immature. You were dealing with an immature person who loved to fight, and you knew, I'll just give in and say, you know what, it's okay. But it didn't stop them. They continued. And it went to step 2 because from the 5 of Swords here, it's progressing to the 7. So like I said, there was somebody who was testing your boundaries. First, they would just fight with you. And then when they saw you would give up every time, they would say, okay, now let me try and be sneaky too. What fun. So they were somebody who were testing an Empress. Okay, because they knew she was vibrating at love, at motherly love. And she's somebody very, very mature, somebody who's very successful, very mature, somebody who can literally touch and manifest things, into this 3D. That's her power. I also feel you were somebody in this relationship who was taking care of the finances, who was more well put together in every aspect of life compared to this person. Now, do you remember the 2 cards that came out before? The Knight of Swords, okay, and the 8 of Wands. Did you find out a quick message about I'm going to take some more kippers to see what that trickery could be. But I think some quick message came in. Very quick. And either it came via a person. I'm also getting a feeling of gossip here. When you have friends or colleagues telling you something. And this Knight of Swords, okay, is a very, very fast moving knight. Now, knights usually come in with such speed because they're already in motion. As you can see, he's in gallop. He's rushing in. He's rushing in with some information. He's rushing in with some communication. Now, what was this communication? This is an unexpected quick message out of the blue, impulsive. This is also somebody who lacks understanding. Did you receive some stupid message? Okay, quick, impulsive, ego-based, lack of deep, understanding because they're immature. You're dealing with somebody who's extremely immature from the person that you're with. Did you receive some message from them? This is one message I'm getting, that they just gave you such stupid shit, about some crap. Some crap. They came at you with such immaturity and ego based, because this person has a lot of ego. This card for me, the Five of Swords, is somebody who wants to fight to the death. Love is a battlefield, and there are only winners and losers. And they're the winner, you're the loser. They want to win every time. This is a very, very combative energy. Did they come at you with a quick, impulsive, stupid, ego-based lack of understanding being the highlight of that message? And they expected you to be the Empress one more time and say, it's okay. I feel this. And I think it was something very, very passionate that you found out. What I mean by something very passionate is something that they did that was based in sex. Because see, wands are fire, okay? They're fiery messages. I mean, it's what that wakes you up and makes you go. Did you find out something that they did, okay? I'll give you another message, Aries. Did you find out about some fiery, hot communication that they sent to somebody else? I have a feeling, sneakily. Did you come across some very hot, fiery email? Very, very sexual. Because these are Cupid's arrows, love arrows flying in the air. Were they sending them to somebody else sneakily behind your back, and you found that out? And when you confronted them, they came in with crap, an impulsive message of anger again and wanting to fight you again on this, though they were wrong. Because they knew the Empress would forgive. And this time you didn't. And I'll tell you why you didn't. You have the World. You are successfully closing out this cycle of BS. And I'm saying BS because as an Empress, okay, there is not even a king here. I'm going to take another card to see. I think you're dealing with somebody immature, okay, who you gave many chances to over and over again, and you're tired. The last thing that happened where you caught them sending out some very, very passionate, sexually charged, hot, fiery messages to somebody. And when you caught them or when you called them out on it, they came at you with such immaturity and such anger. And they were back in this energy of their, okay, let's fight again. And I'm going to win. You've let me win all these times. And this time too, even though I'm wrong, I'm going to win. They were being sneaky, and you caught them and you called them out, and they came at you with more immaturity, and you had enough. You are ending this chapter. Now, I'm going to call this a karmic cycle behind. Why? Because whenever we have people coming into our life, if it is karmic, there are just two outcomes to it. Okay. It means it's a blessing or a lesson. And why is it called karmic? It's because we allow Saturn to come in, because we've signed some papers. We've committed to this person, and he's a lot of time. He's Chronos. And when he comes in, he makes you go round and round. It's like, we exchange rings. We walk around the sacred fire. We take we walk 7 times around the sacred fire in our marriage in India. So he makes you go around that. He puts you in that bind. And then it becomes a cycle. Okay, it becomes a cycle. And the test for you, of course, when it's high and happy, you're so excited. Yay! But when the lows are low, do you leave? Or do you stay there and allow this individual to keep pushing your boundaries, to keep disrespecting you? Or do you take a leap of faith and leave? Because when Saturn comes in, he makes a contract, but it also means you can break that contract, whether it's a soul contract, whether it is a contract on paper. Understand this, okay? You decided to break this contract. You had enough. And I think you're a mom. You're a single mom. You put an end to this cycle. You put an end to this cycle. Okay. You are accomplishing. I feel you. This is an accomplishment for you. I feel you're somebody, who's always given a lot to this person, whether it's your love, your money, your time. And you've dealt with them as another child. I'm getting this. They were that childish. You just loved them. And you said, you know what, I'll compromise. And you had enough. Had enough. You're closing the cycle. You're putting distance because you're moving away. We have the chariot, we're dealing with a Cancer. This is Taurus. This is Cancer. You're deciding to move away. You're taking charge of your fears. You're taking charge of what scares you. You're taking charge of the unknown, your fear of the unknown. What's going to happen when I leave? Because you're an empress. You're showing up as somebody who's so powerful. Who knows that even though I manifested this, okay, and it didn't work out, I'll re-manifest something amazing, but I cannot stay in this energy of battles. I cannot stay in this energy where I am compromising on my beliefs, where somebody is not respecting me the way I want them to. Somebody is pushing my boundaries and testing me, and where love is a freaking battlefield. I think you were still okay with the battles. I think so. I think so. But you were not okay with the sneakery and the fuckery. Sneakery with the sneakiness and the fuckery. You were not. This is, oops, this is you overcoming your fears and moving forward confidently, confidently. This is an emotional transition. Okay. You are overcoming challenges. You're moving away literally. Okay. I feel you're moving away literally. You're moving away from a situation that was just stagnating into crap. It was just becoming a vocal battle. And then it became a sneak fest. You're going towards justice, or you will get justice in the situation. You could be dealing with a Libra. Okay. You're going towards justice. I don't know if some of you are going towards legalities here, Aries. And if you are, justice, the scales of cosmic justice are going to be balanced for you, Aries. They're going to be balanced for you. Let me see if I can take another card to understand this person's energy, because I don't know. This person is showing up as just immature, very, very immature. And you're the Empress. Like, how is that going to work? And I think they've pushed your buttons and they've pushed you and tested your boundaries over and over again with just petty fights and just fighting and arguments. But the sneakiness is not something you're gonna take. Aries, for my Aries, please. Okay. They're showing up as the Magician, and it's come out in reverse. So you could be dealing. I think the Magician is Aquarius. Yeah. You could be dealing. Wow, wow, wow. You have lovely cards here. Okay. You have the Magician in reverse. We're dealing with a trickster on steroids. See, when the Magician is in the upright, okay, it is somebody who can manifest magic, somebody who can pull out a rabbit out of a hat. But when it is in the reverse, this is somebody who's using all the tools that they have, their God-given talent, their good looks, to manipulate you, to fool you. And this with the Seven of Swords is terrible. This is Mercury ruled. So this could be a Virgo. This could be a Gemini. This is somebody you can't trust. They do not have your back. They do not. And you know what? They trick you into believing something. And that's why you agreed to commit. I feel this. When the honeymoon phase was there in your relationship, they were on their best behavior. I'm a sweetheart. I'm a darling. I love you. We're the same. I want this too. Oh, you too? Me too. They were manipulating you. And I feel they gave you a feeling that they wanted the Ace of Pentacles with you, and nobody else. But I feel they knew that you're so well off. They knew that if they married you, they could have this. the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I think they felt this. Or I'll give you another message. They gave you this, which is, giving you money, giving you stability, because you could be a single mom. And they manipulated you with that. They manipulated you with that to commit. But all along, they were planning to continue their shenanigans anyways. They just wanted you as an empress. Who wouldn't want an empress in their home? To take care of the house, somebody who's well put together. That energy is just so freaking beautiful. It's a woman who does the work, who works outside, who could have a good career, who has the potential for growth, who earns good coins. Plus, she can nurture a home. She's somebody who fluffs up your pillow, keeps your, mug of hot chocolate next to your bed. She's the ideal woman to have. Did somebody manipulate you with showing you money or giving you a lot of gifts or giving you a false understanding that they were looking for stability with you? Okay. Because they knew that their immaturity could never get them an empress because they were pretending to be just like you. Somebody who was well put together, somebody who was mature. They were not. They were fooling you into thinking that they were that. They were not that. And once you took the bait, that's when their real colors came out, which was, I have another card here to show you. Begfest. For time, for money. They made you feel like an outsider. Okay. Constant fighting in battles, sneaking away, doing crap behind your back, fighting with you all the time, wanting to be a winner, expecting you to lose and bow down to their crap, treating you like this. 5 is a number of imbalance. Now, as you can see, these two people are outside a church. They feel unwanted. They feel ghosted. They feel unloved. But inside the church, there is warmth, there is light, there's probably food, there's water, there's shelter. So this person had everything, but they made you feel like you had to beg. They wouldn't give it to you. They wouldn't. And any relationship that feels like this, where you felt like an outsider in your own home. Okay. And being an empress, you were the one who made that home a home. And they put you on the outside. For me, this card also tells me that this person is very, very egoistic. They always wanted you to come and ask them, can I have this? They wanted you to come and ask, oh, you didn't. I feel it's a very combative, angry person. Angry. Did you also have some kind of financial loss or bad health? Because I feel that there's a sense of feeling abandoned here, and I also feel when I look at this card here of this person sitting down, you're exhausted. If you have bad health, okay, I'll quickly skip to the next one card that I'd say for the last. The sun is here. Please do not worry if your health has been affected by this constant fighting and this constant making you feel like a beggar. But this person made you feel that, and you're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the Empress. You are somebody who probably had your own business. You're somebody who was so well put together. Somebody who's proudly standing with that pentacle that you've earned. This could be your child that you created, you fashioned this. Or you are somebody with such great potential for business. You are somebody who was successful, but you're a single mom. This is what I feel. And this person enticed you with either giving, saying that they would help you with their business. It would help you with your business. They enticed you with stability because that was one thing you were lacking. And for the Empress, I think, Venus and Taurus, being stable is very important. Very, very important because she thrives on that. That's her basic energy. That's where she can create from. And that's what you were lacking in your life. Maybe you've had past failed relationships, okay, where, you stayed beyond, the expiration date. And they somehow knew this about you, that you were somebody who was okay to have your boundaries pushed bit by bit. And they did that. They eroded your boundaries. They started off as being, I'm just like you. We're on the same page. Oh, you want this? I want this too. I want this too. Yeah. And then once they had you, and once you had committed, they started to push your boundaries, fight with you, cause chaos, be rude, make you beg for their time, their love, make you feel like an outsider, ghost you sometimes, not talk to you. I'm getting very childishness. You fought with me that day, I'm not talking to you. I don't know who this is, but you're showing up as somebody very, very mature. You could be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. This is somebody who's very grounded. This is a mom, yeah. You are a single mother. And this magician really, really tricked you into believing that they were going to offer you stability and love. Okay. I think they took from you. They even took some money from you because I think you already had your own business. I'm getting this very strong message. Now, whatever message that came in, okay, that fast message about their indiscretions, you caught them. You caught them and they came at you. Well, let me tell you this. I'm getting this message to when you caught them doing that shit or whatever they did, that sneak fest, the Seven of Swords, they thought they would get back again by fighting with you. Let's fight again. No, you had enough. You put that lever of I'm the Empress and screw you. Enough. Stop. Because you put your boundaries up. And I told you, when it's a karmic relationship, and hence you put this to a close, the karmic cycle, and you ended it successfully. Because you said, enough. If there is a contract, you can break it, and you decided to break it because you are going to move towards legalities. You had enough of them pushing your buttons, being childish and immature. Okay. For a long time, you felt, okay, this was a missed opportunity for you. You did because you invested a lot. When an empress loves, she loves with not just her heart, her mind, her body, her soul. Her soul. So you really love this person. You took their immaturity as it's okay. I'll deal with it. Enough. You can take the immaturity, but you could not take the indiscretions. And you stood up, you took your power back, and you moved. For a long time, you were in this energy, though. You felt this is a missed opportunity for you. You thought a lot before getting on that chariot and moving away. A lot. A lot. Okay. This is heartbreak. You were depressed. You were depressed. You thought nothing. This was it. Why did I break this? Should I have stood some more time and taken some more of their crap? You were just, I'll be honest, there's no cup card here, okay, except for this. Cups are your emotions. You do know that. And this is the only one. And that is of heartbreak. Heartbreak. They're all souls, which are words. I think it's been a very, very verbally combative relationship where they fought you. They fought you with words. They made you feel like lesser than. And you felt sad and lonely for a long time because you felt like an outsider to start with. And you have a child. I know you have a child. You're a single mom. And maybe that's the reason, you thought they would give me stability. And before you took that step, you were in this energy for quite some time. You felt that if you rejected this, okay, even though they were giving you crap, nothing would come for you. But look here, the skies are clearing up. The divine is giving you such a big cup. I mean, they are handing it to you in your hands. And the sun is coming out, literally. This is vitality, youth. I think for a long time, you've lost that childishness. All you've done is taken care of someone without getting anything back in return. What you got back was sneakiness and lying and cheating. And yet you took your time. I'm going to read this card like this, where you were so focused that if you would leave this situation behind, nothing would come of it. You were self-absorbed in your emotional loss because you're an empress, you're mature, you're emotionally intelligent. Divine was trying to show you there's something better. And you allowed this cycle to come to a close. Look at the major arcanas. We're dealing with a Leo. You brought the cycle to a close. You're going towards being single. It's the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. This is granted wishes, desires, getting everything you ever wanted. Over drinking. You're going to have your wish fulfillment once you walk away from this because the sun is shining. And when the sun comes out, nothing can stop the sun. The sun is going to bring back that childishness that you gave up to be with this person because you were forced to grow up in this relationship, because once you realize that they had tricked you and manipulated you into committing to them by fooling you with, I'm on the same page as you and I'm going to give you stability and we can grow our business together. It was none of that. None of that. They tricked you. They tricked you, and a million battles later they cheated on you. Okay. And you are somebody with a child. So Kippa, we throw some cards on this, please. Kippa, can you give me some? Hey, Kippa. Okay. Yeah. So, so many cards. Okay. This is a marriage. Talking to a person, to people who are committed to each other. Okay. This is a card of marriage. This is a committed relationship. You are the main woman here. For sure. And you're showing up as somebody who's so well put together and mature. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. I mean, how magically, beautifully, elegant, gorgeous, and some is that. This is your energy. Okay. Now, look at this. There's been some theft. You felt imprisoned in this relationship because, like I told you in the beginning, they were all, I'm just like you. I love you. And I want this too. Okay. They tried to trick you because this magician here in the reverse is a card of extreme trickery. They tried to tell you that I'm going to give you stability. Just commit to me. I am your, knight in shining armor. Okay. You felt imprisoned. You felt like where's that beg fest card? You felt like a beggar begging for their time. They treated you like this, beg for my time, constant fighting, constant battles. This is what you got. Okay. There's been a theft. Now, seeing these two cards together, and I'm getting a feeling this is a card of theft. This is in broad daylight, by the way. Broad daylight. They have been pulling the wool over your eyes in front of you, and you never noticed it because you trusted them. You just said there was no need for you not to trust. You trusted them. You trusted them, but they didn't have your back. And they were sneaking or doing stuff, okay, in broad daylight in front of you. This is one message I'm getting. The Seven of Swords is just that. Okay. And I feel that also there has been some loss of money here where they have been stealing money from you. You felt imprisoned in this relationship and they've been stealing money from you. Okay. I feel this. And in broad daylight from your account, some money theft is going on. And I don't know if this jurisdiction, this judication which is happening is also because you found out that they were taking money from you, siphoning money out. I'm getting this weird message. And maybe apart from getting a divorce, you're also going to get a jail sentence. I don't know. I'm getting this message because that magician in reverse manipulation and the Seven of Swords is extreme energy. They're using their God-given talent to cheat people. Did you marry somebody who was a fraudster who was scamming people for something? Not just you, they may have scammed you with their emotions, but they were scamming people for money. I feel this. And I think there might be somebody going to jail because they were really cheating people in broad daylight, not just you. I think other people too. Now, you're definitely going towards the courthouse. There is no doubt about it. I don't know if you're going towards the courthouse, okay, to put this person behind bars, okay, for what they were doing, because there's some theft and something going on here at prison. There is. There is. There is. God, This person has been cheating people, and you are going to us. Like I said, where's that card? The Justice is here, the Libra card. There is some kind of adjudication that is going on here, where somebody is either going to jail or somebody is going to do time, okay, for some theft that they've done. Now, this could be your beloved going to jail, because I think there is an energy here of somebody cheating people too. They cheated you too by getting you to commit to them in a marriage. Okay, because they knew that you were looking for stability. I think they tried to fool you with that, but they've also been fooling people and stealing their money. They're getting their justice. They're going to the court system. Change. This for me is like the World card here. There's a change coming up. You're bringing this change. Something is changing. Okay, you are changing. This is a change of a house or a location too, because the Chariot card is here. So you're changing. You're moving. Or you are changing the way you behave. You know, this is somebody who's packed up and ready to leave. I think this is you. And you're changing the way you behave towards people. You're taking your power back, and you're changing your location. You could be moving homes. Now, this individual has been thinking of somebody else while they were in a relationship with you, for sure. Okay, you are showing up as the main female. Sure. Where is that card? Who's this then? They're thinking about somebody else, and that's the message that you found out, that they have somebody else. They have somebody else that they've been thinking about. Right under your nose, and I feel this, and they've been fooling you and tricking you. Because there's somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, but they're still going to do it. You are the main female, okay? You're the one running the home and, doing all the stuff at home, taking care of the house, the child, your children. Children, I said children, so maybe children. Who's this? Well, they're at work thinking of somebody else. You found some kind of a communication that they had, hot, passionate, sex-based. Maybe some text, some pictures. You found something because they have somebody else on their mind. You are just for the home. This is their shenanigans outside, and you caught them doing that. Now, I like this card for you. You moving away. This very, very positive card. This is high honors. If you are going to the court system, if you are going to the justice system to get your justice held, you're going to have your high honors there. Okay? Long-awaited public recognition, positive opinion, and acknowledgement of you being correct is going to come to you. This is something taking turn for the better. This is also like the World card, where you brought a cycle to a close. Is going to bring you high honors, where you are going to receive your just due. You're going to receive your position back in society, where people will know that you are right. You stayed in your, what can I say, high vibrational energy of empathy, of kindness, of classiness. You're the Empress. God damn it. You're the Empress. And you maintained your position. They are showing up as, I don't know what, honestly, as a sneak, the magician in reverse, trickster, fraudster. I feel they've been cheating people with money too. And look at your energy. Unbelievably beautiful. Now, I want you to know that there's going to be an unexpected gift coming towards you. Both these are about, okay, I'll start with this card. Unexpected income. This is going to come to you from this. I'm telling you. When you go to the court system, and if you're afraid that they're going to take your money, you're going to have unexpected income from them, because this is somebody who's pretty well off. I feel this is somebody who has got their money on point, but their behavior is just terrible. And they have used their charm, their wit, their humor, pretending to be on the same page with you when they never were planning on doing that. They wanted to trick you into getting into a commitment, and they wanted to continue their shenanigans on the side. But they didn't know that the Empress won't take that for long. And if you are going to the court system, unexpected income reward, sudden financial changes. Unforeseen joy over money is coming towards you. And a gift, so beautiful. A gift. This could be anything. This could be a literal gift that you get. I have a feeling that you're fighting for your child in this court. Are you fighting for your child to get, what's that called, custody of your child? If you are, you're going to get that. This is unexpected good fortune. This is a very, very lucky card. It's like a surprise falling from the sky. Something falling from the sky. I feel that this is, if you are fighting to have custody of your child, this is coming into. So you are definitely moving away from this conflict, this person, and you're dealing with a thief. I know this. Somebody who's been stealing people's money in broad daylight. I can't shake that message. They have been doing something underhand with money too. Now, what I'm going to do is, let me take a few Keepers of the Light Oracle, and then I'll take those 3 cards that I kept on the side. Okay, Aries? Okay. Very short-tempered too. Arrogant, egoistic. Very, very ego-based. Magician in reverse, huh? For my Aries, please. Okay. For my Aries. Okay. Wow. I love it. Love, love, love it. Hope. Look at all the yellow in this card. It's like the sun. Hope. You know, when the sun comes out, they say, you know, every morning is the darkest before dawn, right? And when the sun comes out, your hope is restored again. See, I want to read this message for you. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. They thought they could push you again and again and again and again. No more. You've taken your power back because you're the Empress and you had enough of, you know, I don't need that card. It's fallen down, so I won't stop. You took back your power. You took back your power. And you accepted, okay, where you were wrong and where you were giving your power away to this individual. And you decided to move away. The Chariot card here is so powerful. So powerful. And it ties in perfectly with Lord Ganesh, who's the Vigna Harta. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. He is the Lord who removes obstacles. And that's what you're doing with the Chariot. You know the road is going to be bumpy, but you don't care. You don't care. And he is coming, okay, to remove every single obstacle on your path when you're on your chariot and you're moving towards your fantastic destiny. All right? Don't be scared. I want to read this message for you. Infinite abundance, abundance, and so be it. Obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. You are on your way to your beautiful life, and you're an Empress. You're going to manifest this gorgeous life, and he is removing every single obstacle on your path. And he is the remover of obstacles, Vigna Harta. Before we start anything auspicious in India, we always call him to come in and to bless that endeavor, whether it's a house move, it's a new business, anything. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Okay? Connect with him. He's available. And you know, his ears are so big, he listens to everything patiently. Okay? He's a very sweet, kind, and gentle ascended avatar. Call on him. He's there. He's removing the obstacles in your path. And I'm getting another message. He's also removing the person who was the biggest obstacle in your path. He's coming and just removing that so that you can move forward successfully, Aries. Remember those 3 cards I kept? Let's see what they are. Teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas and teach those ideas to others. If you are somebody who is a teacher, You're an empress. I don't know. You could be somebody who teaches something, maybe a technical field. Maybe you have your own business. It's going to be on point. The sun, whatever you're learning, if you're thinking of doing a new course, go ahead and do it. Get into that course. If you have learned your lesson and brought this karmic cycle to a close, more power to you. More power to you. You learned that lesson and you're moving on. That is called true power. The second one, gentleness. Yeah, gentleness. I'll read your message. Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. I think for a long time you thought you refused to look at anything else because you thought, if you give this up, it's going to be a big loss for you. But the divine was showing you, look up, look at me. I'm going to give you something better. Be gentle with yourself, please, because you dealt with somebody who only fought with you and who treated you very, very badly. You felt like a beggar, emotional beggar. They even may have taken money from you. I cannot shake this message. You could be dealing with somebody who's gone to jail and come back once, I feel, for taking people's money or something with finances. Just be gentle with yourself. You're not, that karma is not yours. You're breaking free from that because you walk the path of dharma, which is good deeds. You've learned your lesson and you're moving away. Just be kind and gentle, okay? With yourself. Love yourself now more than ever. And the third one is life review. Life review. Wow. Archangel Jeremiah, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. I've always felt that you married somebody who was your total opposite. You're showing up as this, and they're showing up as this, and the trickster. This was very, very imbalanced because you were understanding, nurturing somebody good with money, good with the home. They were of just fighting, immature, childish, and sneak. And you knew this somewhere. You felt this somewhere, but you said, you know what? They're childish. It's okay. But when they sneaked up on you on that time, okay, that's when you said, I can't take this anymore. And you decided to move away and bring your life into balance. And you've learned your karmic lessons and you're moving on to your fantastic future. Aries, more power to you. I hope you've liked your reading. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Please comment and let me know what you're going through. I would love to hear from you and I will reply back to you and set intentions for you with each of my replies. Okay? I also want you to know that this too shall pass. The sun is shining. Remember that. I've really enjoyed sitting here and doing this reading for you, Aries, and I cannot wait to come back again, to sit down and do another reading for you, just to see what new energies have come in your immediate vibration. But until then, I'm going to say goodbye. I love you and namaste. Bye.